We are in the midst of the greatest media gaslighting campaign in modern American history. Just surf the Silicon Valley-controlled news headlines. Story after story breathlessly warning of the reign of right-wing terrorism. What's fueling the growth of right-wing terrorism? That's CNN. Global right-wing extremism networks are growing, the Soros-funded ProPublica website warns. Right-wing menace will now be a regular feature of American politics, the Washington Post declares. As you all know, 25,000 National Guard troops were dispatched to quell all this alleged rise in right-wing extremism. In a melodramatic act of kabuki theater, Democrats turned D.C. into a militarized bubble zone more heavily fortified than the Baghdad Green Zone. And yes, I know, I was in Iraq's Green Zone in 2007. But it wasn't Trump supporters who wrought havoc and incited hatred and perpetrated violence this inauguration week. No, it was the same old Antifa and Black Lives Matter rioters who've terrorized our country for the past 4 years without a peep of worry from the concerned trolls at CNN, ProPublica, and the Washington Post. Their anarchist banners, decorated with rifles, demanded revenge against police. And here they are destroying the Democrat headquarters in Portland. In Seattle, the Antifa stormtroopers, yes, that's what they are, also took to the streets, smashing, trashing, looting, and burning everything in sight, including the iconic original Starbucks downtown. The rioters targeted police, federal courthouse workers, and federal ICE agents. They tossed rocks at journalists, they shut down traffic, and they rampaged the streets with impunity as usual.
We made sure we kept our distance because this group was so volatile and unpredictable. I mean, just look at how they smashed up this federal courthouse. Now, there were only about 50 or 60 of them, but for a short time, they seemed to have the run of the city.
Vandals spent extra time at this building where Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, has one of its offices. On the street out front, they burned a flag and littered the roadway with newspaper racks, rental bicycles, and construction barricades to disrupt traffic as people headed through downtown Seattle during the evening commute.
So where are all the Democrat leaders who suddenly discovered this newfound respect for police and the troops after the January 6th protest in D.C.? Oh, and where are all the FBI billboards seeking information on the Black Bloc insurrectionists? In every city now across the heartland, the FBI is hunting down every last Trump supporter who showed up at the Capitol on January 6th. The feds are urging Americans to snitch on conservatives in the name of public safety and national security.
The FBI out of Albany expects more arrests in the region and is asking for local leads using a billboard along I-690, one of thousands of similar billboards up across the country.
A new digital billboard in southern Indiana is encouraging people to report tips about the deadly Capitol riot last week. It sits off I-265. The FBI has already opened hundreds of criminal cases into what sparked a large group to storm the Capitol while Congress was certifying the Electoral College votes. Federal investigators have been using social media to post pictures of people who were allegedly involved as they try to find more information about those responsible.
Thousands of those billboards. The FBI praised the private outdoor advertisers for their swift cooperation.
The outdoor advertisers' willingness to assist in bringing these criminals to justice, as well as the speed in which they are able to publicize crucial public safety information, is a credit to those organizations.
Of course, none of those companies would dare to partner with the feds to hunt down violent Antifa and Black Lives Matter militants, lest they be doxxed, deplatformed, and destroyed by the true menaces to American society. Here in Colorado, where I live, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, local communists, and a militant group called the Brown Berets shut down the Capitol in Denver again which has been occupied, boarded up, and overrun since last spring. A citizen tried to put out flag fires that were set by the thugs, and he was assaulted. Guess what? He was also smeared as a white supremacist while cops stood by and did nothing.
White and proud? White and proud? I'm an American. White and proud? I'm American. White supremacist. White supremacist. Our flag. White supremacist.
Allies, we must come together.
Get the out of here. They're pigs. They're pigs. They're dirty pigs.
Yeah, in case you didn't hear that, that was the rioters calling the cops standing by and doing nothing dirty pigs. None of that made national news. Instead, here's how the conservative-bashing CBS affiliate in Denver downplayed the outbreaks in typical Antifa coddling fashion. Take a look at this tweet from 9 News. Inauguration protests at state capitol turn ugly, but don't get out of hand. Can you believe this? The mostly peaceful propagandists strike again. Gaslighting here, gaslighting there, gaslighting everywhere. This conflagration of lies about left versus right violence is fed by fear. The only way it can be extinguished is through courage. Courage from journalists brave enough to expose the truth, courage from law enforcement leaders who refuse to pander to the mob, and courage from elected officials who will cease their coddling of the social justice anarchists once and for all before whatever's left of America turns to ashes.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.